Congressman Charlie Crist won the Democratic nomination for governor. He'll face off against Republican Governor Ron DeSantis in November. Crist held off a challenge from State Agriculture Commissioner Nikki Fried. Democratic Congressman Jerry Nadler beat fellow Democratic Representative Carolyn Maloney in a congressional primary for a newly redrawn Manhattan district. Nadler told reporters Tuesday that New Yorkers appreciate his service in Congress because of his principles.
That I'm the more principled progressive, that I cast hard votes, unpopular votes at the time that have proven right, like voting against the war in Iraq, voting against the Patriot Act, voting for the Iran deal.
Nadler chairs the powerful House Judiciary Committee. In Florida, Congresswoman Val Demings won her Democratic primary for Senate. She'll face Republican Marco Rubio in November. She's vying to become Florida's first black female senator. President Biden is expected today to announce his plan for forgiving part of the student loan debt of millions of Americans. During his campaign, Biden promised to provide up to $10,000 in debt cancellation. Few details of the plan have emerged, but borrowers who earn less than $125,000 a year would be eligible for the loan forgiveness. Biden is also set to extend a pause on federal student loan payments through January. Legal challenges are almost certain to come. The U.S. military says it carried out airstrikes in eastern Syria that targeted areas used by militias backed by Iran's Revolutionary Guard. The military's Central Command said the strikes hit the targets precisely and with the goal of hitting the militants while limiting civilian casualties. Local media said at least 6 Syrian and foreign militants were killed. Iran denied having any links with the targeted group. Syria did not immediately acknowledge the strikes. The strikes come after U.S. forces were targeted by an August 15th drone attack. Deir ez-Zor is a strategic province that borders Iraq and contains oil fields. U.S. forces entered Syria in 2015, backing Allied forces in their fight against the Islamic State group. A bill that would prohibit utilities from using ratepayer funds in settlement agreements for utility-caused wildfires has cleared the California state legislature. Ana Lucia Raldo reports.
A loophole in current laws governing utility liability allows companies such as PG&E to enter into settlement agreements and use ratepayer money instead of profits to cover direct payments for home loss and fiscal penalties. AB 2083 prohibits utility companies from passing wildfire fines and settlements onto their customers when the company failed to meet their safety obligations. The bill is now on the governor's desk and will become law next year if the governor signs it. This is Ana Lucia Ralda for KPFA.
Consumer rights advocates are urging Governor Newsom to pass a bill now on his desk that would require insurance companies to raise their amount of coverage for car accidents. Suzanne Potter reports.
The Protect California Drivers Act would raise the mandatory minimum amount of liability insurance to $30,000 for a single injury or death, $60,000 if more than one person is injured or killed, and $15,000 to cover property damage. Craig Peters with Consumer Attorneys of California says the bill would double the current rates, which only require coverage of $15,000, $30,000, and $5,000 respectively.
$15,000 today, barely cover the cost of the ambulance ride to the hospital, and $5,000 will barely fix a minor dent in a car.
I'm Suzanne Potter.
Former Twitter head of security Peter Zatko blew the whistle on his former employer's security practices. Zatko said Twitter's ability to identify and remove fake accounts and the truthfulness of its statements to users, shareholders, and federal regulators are all questionable. In Zatko's whistleblower complaint made public Tuesday, he documented his uphill 14-month effort to bolster Twitter security, boost the reliability of its service, repel intrusions by agents of foreign governments, and both measure and take action against fake bot accounts that spammed the platform. He said his complaints to upper management to shore up security eventually cost him his job. I'm Max Pringle.